back in 2013, he had a 96% vote number. Do we see a change in that this time round?
There is likely to be a change. People have complained in Murang'a publicly about him favoring certain regions, about the independent candidates and so on. And I think that also informs why he had to go there. If you have looked at the trend of Jubilee moving, they are moving to places where they have problems. They went to Nakuru and they are to sort it out. You know how they did it. They then moved to Eldoret to deal with the Mandago issue. Then they came back to Kiambu, you know what was happening on their trip to Kiambu. Now they have to go to Murang'a to try to sort it out. But in Kiambu, they were told outright, here nobody is going to step down for anyone. And here you are not going to come and talk about independence. You remember these two coalitions ganged up against smaller parties and said we are not going to have movement into these smaller parties after nominations. But they didn't foresee the independents. And the independents are presented as more serious monster than those scattered independent parties. And I think we need to go back after these elections to rethink that act that removed the party hopping at the last minute.
All right.
So that we don't have this independence thing. This independent thing is going to break some of these otherwise very large parties into smaller ones. And it is going to have bloated ballot papers that have so many names that you need an invigilator and a desk to sit and choose your candidate. But right now in Murang'a, I think the president is in for a surprise.
Do you think so, Alex, that President Uhuru Kenyatta may be surprised with Murang'a this time round?
Of course not. I'm hearing it for the first time from him. And I come from the zone, not Murang'a. I come from the nearby county of Nyeri. That of course that is not true. Uhuru has no problem with Mount Kenya. Uhuru has no problem whatsoever with Mount Kenya as far as his presidential bid is concerned. The greatest problem, of course, is going to be Nyeri for the other seats, where the inclination and traditionally is for independence of thought and maximum exercise of freedom of choice as far as picking of candidates is concerned. Remember, we had a governor who was from GNU, and the center was from NAC. So and several, of course, we had several MCAs who are not in TNA. So that is our tradition, and we like it. We like it that way. Murang'a seems to be copying us, and this should be replicated the whole country. It should happen everywhere. If the party mandarins interfere with the party nominations, and we saw that especially in Nyanza, what a better way and chance and opportunity to make sure that you right the wrong by rewarding the independent candidates, all those people who decide to vie through other tickets other than the main party. Yes.
Okay, interesting. Finally, final thoughts, Cabinet.
Betty, on this Murang'a issue, there's one line that I left out. The grudge that Murang'a people have against Jubilee is the grudge of Peter Kenneth. President himself went to Murang'a and told them they need to back their son PK. When he returned to Nairobi after that burial, they forgot about PK. And the Murang'a people believe it is the Jubilee leadership that locked him out of this race. So the president has to look for words with which to appease the people of Murang'a.
I'll have to cut you short. We have some drama that we understand.